Hello and welcome back to An Old Man Watches. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2006 lesbian romantic drama The Gymnast. And our main character in the film is Jane Hawkins, a former world-class gymnast in her youth. Jane suffered a career-ending injury at the age of 22 and her life has never really recovered. She's now in her early 40s, working as a massage therapist, a job that pays the bills, but which she shows no signs of enjoying, and is stuck in a loveless, or at least passionless, marriage. Also a childless one, though Jane would love to have kids. She frequently puts on erotic films in order to encourage her husband into making fairly joyless love to her in the hope of falling pregnant. Ennui eventually drives Jane to attend a gymnastics class for adults, where her obvious skill and continued high levels of fitness draw the eye of the instructor Nicole. Nicole has an idea for a two-woman aerial gymnastics show, something flashy and impressive that could play in a casino in Vegas. She wants Jane to be in the show, partnering with a young woman named Serena. Now, Jane's not entirely sure about the idea of performing on stage, but she does enjoy the physical challenge of the work, and she soon commits to the project with a passion. When Nicole has to leave town due to a family emergency, Jane and Serena continue to meet and train as a partnership. As they develop their act and overcome challenges together, Jane slowly begins to realise that their emerging bond goes beyond just friendship. She's understandably unsettled by what is an entirely new kind of attraction for her and what it means for her in the future. Serena, meanwhile, has the advantage of being much more aware of her own sexuality, but she has other personal issues to overcome if she wants to take their act, and possibly their relationship, to new levels. So The Gymnast won a host of awards at film festivals, especially those that focus on LGBTQ-related cinema. Perhaps the highest profile win was the Grand Jury Award for Outstanding American Narrative Feature at the 2006 Los Angeles Outfest Film Festival, and the film also received mostly positive reviews from critics. Of course, award-winning and critically acclaimed is also an accurate description of a bunch of Lars von Trier movies, so it's by no means a guarantee that a film will be enjoyable to a more general everyday audience. And despite the fact that I like to talk about films and how they did or did not work for me, I'm absolutely in the general audience. I am not a sophisticated critic of film. And The Gymnast probably won't be for everyone. It's a romantic drama after all, and a not insubstantial number of people, especially men, will instinctively sniff in disdain at anything involving the R word. Though in this case, a certain subset of men will probably make an exception. This is, after all, a lesbian romantic drama. But audience members watching this film in hopes of titillation are likely to be disappointed. While there are some sexual scenes and some moments of both sexual and non-sexual nudity, this is not a movie that is selling itself on its raunchy content. It's a mature story, certainly, exploring as it does both the excitement and challenges of a new romantic relationship, but it's also a mature story in how it treats that subject matter, and also in how it recognises that there are other important things happening in Jane and Serena's lives, both because of and in parallel to their emerging relationship. In short, this isn't a movie about two women hooking up for sexy times. It's a movie about two women exploring new possibilities in their lives and dealing with the risks and possible consequences of committing to those possibilities. There's also some heft to what this film is trying to do, and while it not be 100% successful in every single element, I think it is successful in most of them. So yeah, this is a more sophisticated, mature kind of set of themes we're dealing with here. And my favourite thing about The Gymnast is that at its core, this film is about the emotional journey of the characters, mostly Jane, but to a lesser extent Serena, as they confront their self-doubts and the things that have held them back in their lives and decide what, if anything, they're going to do to move forward and change things up. Jane must deal with the fact that while her loveless marriage and lacklustre career fail to satisfy her sexually, emotionally, or intellectually, they're also comfortable and conventional. If she stays where she is, she has a much better chance of fulfilling her long-held dream to have a child, and her massage therapy business, while unfulfilling, offers a certain level of security that she will not get while attempting to break into a new and very competitive career. It is hard to get on stage at Vegas. And let's not forget, this new career is very closely related to gymnastics, which has already broken her body and thwarted her ambitions once before. Serena, meanwhile, was faced up to the possibility of coming out of the closet, at least to her family, and what that might do to her relationship with her parents. Each woman, in other words, must assess what they want versus what it might cost them and go through the difficult process of choosing their path. The Gymnast is ultimately about letting go of the things you can't have in your life and embracing the things you can. I think it's no accident the film closes with Jane performing a gymnastics routine pretty much for no other reason than the pure joy of it. Another thing I enjoyed very much were the aerial gymnastic scenes. These needed to be impressive work, lushly choreographed and well performed if we are to believe that Jane and Serena have any hope of success with their proposed show. Fortunately, the scenes easily make the grade, helped, I'm sure, by the casting of the central roles. Drea Weber, who plays Jane, and Addie Young-Mi, who plays Serena, aren't just solid actors who give likeable performances in their roles. They're very uniquely suited for these roles. Weber is a genuine former Olympian in aerial gymnastics and also a skilled choreographer and trainer in the subject. She arranged the aerialist performances in Cher's Living Proof farewell tour, which ran in the years immediately preceding this movie, and she's also worked with Pink, Katy Perry, and Taylor Swift. She clearly knows what she is doing in this field, and the movie absolutely profits from her skills and ability. Abby Young-Mi, meanwhile, is herself a successful professional dancer and choreographer who's worked with Madonna, Cher, and Pink as well. I would not be surprised if that's how she and Weber, who both have production credits on this film, first got to know each other. So it turns out that this movie is a feast for the eyeballs, not for the bodies on show, but for what those bodies are actually capable of doing. There's some really impressive gymnastics work in here. So overall, I liked the Gymnast, and I think it's worth a look. Next time, what if we made War of the Worlds really boring and nonsensical? Is not a question I expected anyone to ask, but it stands to reason that if anyone did, it would be producer Charles Band in his 1977 production, End of the World. But that's next time. Until then, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.